Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Jess, and today I thought it'd be a really fun time to make a Gomphrena wreath. So today is just the day I'm motivated. I have had this Gomphrena for months now. I grew this last year. Actually, it actually probably would have been 2 years ago. Between my mom's garden and mine, I started growing and collecting this. And then I dried it because I figured I could make it for a project later on. I wanted to try to make a wreath like how Garden Answer made one, if any of you had seen her video on it. She used fresh Gomphrena. I did not have enough plants, or my plants weren't producing enough where I could make a whole wreath from my fresh garden Gomphrena cuttings. And so I decided to just dry them, and we're gonna see if that works. I have a feeling I'm gonna need to be a little bit more fragile than she was when she was making the wreath. But I figured we can try it. I have a ton of it, so I might as well try to use it somehow. I thought this would be kind of cute for Valentine's Day. My Gomphrena is purple. I might try to grow Gomphrena this year again. The bees really seemed to like it, and so it was really pretty. And in terms of crafts, it'd be really fun to make like a really big one. So if this works, I might do that, because I might not be able to get as many plants to get fresh, but I might be able to take the dried ones and make them into a little wreath. This is the wreath form that I have. I think it might be the smaller of the two that Dollar Tree offers. And that's just where I picked this up from. It's that like grapevine wreath form. I don't think I have enough to make a wreath bigger than this, but I kind of want to try to make it as full as possible. So I figured I'll start with this, and if I have leftovers, great. I think what I'm gonna try to do is wrap it on with some floral wire. We'll see. I'm going to try to be a little bit gentle because these stems are dried, and so I don't know how fragile they're going to be and how easily it'll be to actually secure them to the wreath. This can turn out a couple of ways. So it's either going to be really cute, or you're not going to be able to see the purple depending on how these lay. So I figured we can try this. I'll try with the floral wile first, and then I figure a few might break off, or maybe I'll have some empty spots, and then I have my hot glue gun to go in afterwards with it. So I figured we'll just experiment, see if it turns out, and if it's cute, then I'll hang it on a mirror or something. But like I said, I won't put this on a door because I don't think it'll be big enough, but I think it would be really fun if maybe this summer I can make like a really massive one. So let's just try this and see how it goes. Okay, so the first thing I think I'm going to do is anchor this off. We'll just kind of make a little knot through itself here. Just give it a few twists and pull it tight. There we go. And then what I want to do is kind of make a little bundle of these. So let's see. What do we think of something like that? Just to start off with a bundle? Let's try that. I think I'm going to lay them as I go, instead of trying to make uniform bundles. And then just to kind of start filling in the spaces. And since they're dried, we can't really flex them where we want them to go. Okay, I am not capable of getting this without breaking it. So I think what I'm gonna do is just tie this off here. And then what we might try to do is maybe either glue them, or maybe we'll have to just put something decorative there. But I don't think I'm going to be capable of getting these in here without breaking them, that's for sure. So I think we're gonna just try to tie this off here. And then maybe we'll just make this into a little loop so that we can actually hang it up pretty easily. That's where we are left right now. Just making sure none are falling out. So everything's pretty secured for what we do have. So with this final end here, we're going to try to do this with the hot glue gun. The stems are very fragile and they're not going to pull apart very easily. So if we get to a spot where our hot glue gun and I make a mistake, I don't know how easily we're going to be able to undo it. So hopefully there's very little errors involved, but what I'm kind of thinking is I can take kind of small sections like this and hopefully just kind of glue them just very gently to the base of these is kind of the goal here. And then we might have to just put a little bit of glue every now and then around this base here to just try to fill it in. But I'm kind of thinking once the glue's there, it's gonna have to stay. Right now I'm just kind of peeling out a few of the leaves because I realized that I don't have very many leaves over here, but then on this side I do. So just to try to maybe make it look a little bit more consistent. I feel like this side looks slightly more full than this one, but we'll kind of see once we get the hot glue gun going. So this is the finished product. I am pretty happy with how it turned out. It's not perfect, but it's also not too bad looking. I think it kind of turned out exactly what I was kind of envisioning. I did think it'd be a little bit easier than it was. I can tell that my flowers are a little bit more loose over here or like not as compact and tight. But considering this was my first dried wreath, I feel pretty happy with the results. I feel like I did pretty good too on the number of flowers that I had. This is all that I had left. So maybe I'll do just some little cute decorations or something with those to kind of complement on the table that I'm going to be hanging this above. But otherwise, I kind of think that this turned out exactly how I wanted. And I think it'll be kind of cute for Valentine's Day, Easter, just kind of this spring season as we kind of go into it. So I think I'm gonna put this on my entry table on the mirror that hangs above it, and I'll show you that here in a second. In terms of growing Gomphrena to make another wreath, I would love to make a massive one, but the problem is I don't know if I'm willing to do this process again with the dried flowers. I think it would be a lot easier to make it out of fresh flowers. And the only problem with that is that I don't necessarily have enough growing space this season to potentially grow enough of these flowers so that I can make a fresh arrangement all at once. So I don't know if I'll actually be growing them again this year, but I'm definitely happy that I grew them so I could make this. So this is something that you're wanting. I'm gonna have to glue him back in. If this is something that you're wanting to make, I definitely do recommend it because it does, I mean, it really didn't take me all that long. I had to take a break just to try to figure out how to do that last final section. And what I kind of ended up doing is hot gluing most of them down, and you can't even really tell. I keep losing the top. So this is the top. So you can't really even tell that there's really that much of a difference other than it might be a little bit thinner and less flowy than the rest of it, but I don't think anyone's gonna really tell unless I point it out to them. So I'm pretty happy with the results of this. All right, so this is the entry table with the Gomphrena wreath all on it. If I take a step back, we just have it very simply decorated for Valentine's Day. I bought this Love galvanized tin light at Hobby Lobby, and then I just have some Monstera cuttings, a begonia, a beefsteak begonia. These are just kind of little fun cards that were a gift. They're just kind of fun little facts that I just have out. And then this bead heart also came from Hobby Lobby. So just kind of fun. I think it gives it very subtle Valentine's Day vibes. And I think it worked out really perfect in this area. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. It really supports my channel, and I hope that maybe this inspired you to grow your own Gomphrena and maybe make a wreath from it this year. If you have the growing space, I think it'd be super fun. I think fresh would be a lot easier, but it's definitely possible dried. So if you have a bunch of dried Gomphrena or you feel like experimenting, definitely give it a go, because it really only took about 2 hours for me to put together, and that was me just trying to figure out how to do all of it from the beginning to the end. So if you're better at making wreaths or you've done it before, it probably would take you less time, honestly. So if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.